The Cuban Missile Crisis, the true story of the world on the brink of nuclear war. The Cuban Missile Crisis of October 1962 remains one of the most perilous confrontations in human history, a 13-day standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union that brought the world to the edge of nuclear annihilation. Below is a detailed account of the crisis, synthesizing historical records, declassified documents, and recent scholarship to present the most accurate narrative possible. Background: the road to crisis. 1. U.S.-Cuba. Tensions and the Bay of Pigs. After Fidel Castro's 1959 revolution, Cuba aligned with the Soviet Union, alarming the U.S., which had long dominated Cuban politics and economics. In April 1961, the U.S. launched the Bay of Pigs invasion, a failed CIA-backed attempt to overthrow Castro. This humiliation pushed Cuba deeper into the Soviet orbit and convinced Kennedy to escalate covert operations, Operation Mongoose, including sabotage and assassination plots. Castro and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev grew increasingly fearful of a U.S. invasion. Khrushchev saw Cuba as a strategic foothold in the Western Hemisphere and a way to counterbalance U.S. nuclear missiles in Turkey and Italy. 2. The Missile Gap Myth and U.S. Nuclear Superiority. Contrary to Kennedy's 1960 campaign claims of a missile gap, the U.S. held overwhelming nuclear superiority. U.S. 203 ICBMs, 306 bombers, and 144 submarine-launched missiles. Just 36 ICBMs, 138 bombers, and 72 submarine warheads. Khrushchev knew the U.S. could wipe out the USSR in a first strike. To compensate, he secretly agreed in July 1962 to install medium and intermediate-range ballistic missiles, MRBMs and IRBMs, in Cuba, just 90 miles from Florida. The crisis unfolds, October 16, 28, 1962. 3. Discovery and the U.S. response. On October 14th, a U-2 spy plane photographed missile sites under construction in Cuba. The images, analyzed the next day, confirmed Soviet deception. Khrushchev had publicly denied offensive weapons in Cuba. Kennedy convened the EXCOM, Executive Committee of the National Security Council. Advisors split between hawks, pushing for airstrikes invasion, and doves, favoring diplomacy. The Joint Chiefs unanimously recommended a military strike,